diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. I'm about 6 minutes late. Just not moving that fast today. Yesterday was a weird fucking day. Weird day, man. Weird. Thankfully, I'm not feeling it today. Yesterday, there was a lot of anger, a lot of excitement, just an array. Okay, I looked at I'm sitting here because I'm getting ready to share, and it said gay instead of day. Okay. No wonder my stuff's being. Maybe I should just turn that off. It's the closed captioning. Why is it suddenly so fucking hot in here? Here we go again on our own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Like a hobo, I was meant to drift alone. That's the original words, by the way. Like a hobo. They changed it to drifter because they weren't called hobos anymore. People got offended in the 70s. In the 70s. Yeah, that song was actually written in the 70s. I know it came out in the 80s. Actually, not sure about that. Anyway, all right. I'm just waiting a little bit for people to show up. I'm going to utilize my clinical skills today a little bit. I'm going to get a little clinical here now. I'm going to kind of combine what we do with other things that I do. All right. Why not? Well, we're at that 3-minute mark. Let's go ahead and get started. People are probably joining. We'll have somebody here sooner or later. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host today. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I'm out here in Colorado today, and it is snowing. It is snowing a lot. It's been snowing for almost 24 hours now. Not a heavy snow. Well, it got heavy this morning. So I won't be going nowhere. My car doesn't do too well in the snow. What I need is a piece of shit Honda Civic. That's what I need. Yes. I know I need to shave, but it's no shave November. I'll probably only make it a couple weeks before I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I always try. It was actually a little bit of laziness at first. So, all right. I'm wasting time hoping some people get here because this is a family disease and we are family. I've got all my AA peeps in me. All right. Let's get started. We are reading Out of Courage to Change. This is Al-Anon literature. But I've got more than just this reading. So, but let's do the reading first. Okay, we're getting started. We're getting started this time. Bueller. Okay, all right. I tried. Alcoholism is a family disease. It affects not only the drinker, but those of us who care about him or her as well. For some of us, much of the thinking that has been passed down from generation to generation has been distorted, generation to generation. How can we not think that it's not genetic or that you're not born with it when alcoholism runs in the family? I mean, now here's the thing. Trying to figure out why you're an alcoholic really isn't going to do you much good. Some people are curious about it, and so I have a couple of answers. It might be, they did prove that we are born with this. I don't know if they found a gene marker or something, but gosh, do we really need to go down that path for that much proof for us to make a change? That wouldn't be faith, would it? Not much faith in that, and that's why it'll never work. That's why certain routes, they just don't work. Right? By my presence in Al-Anon, I have committed myself to breaking these unhealthy patterns. Okay. Now, when you live with an alcoholic, it's like living with a narcissist. Yeah, it's like living with a narcissist. But it goes beyond that. It's like having a narcissist that cries all the time or gets angry all the time, or you never know what you're going to get. So let's just call it what it is. It's like walking on eggshells 24 hours a day. You never know what's going to fucking happen. You don't. Is dad going to come home in a decent mood today? Okay. The man that raised me was not the alcoholic. He was the codependent. And he still is a codependent. His current wife is an alcoholic. And nobody will say anything. Nobody says anything, right? But that's okay. It's not my business. It's why they don't want me around that side of the family. It's one of the reasons. Because if I come around, then she's going to have to do something about it. And yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? So by my presence in Al-Anon, I have committed myself to breaking these unhealthy patterns. As I continue to attend meetings, I begin to heal, to find sanity and peace, and to feel much better about myself. I'm no longer playing my old role in the alcoholic system. Now, here in a minute, I'm going to show you what is called the dysfunctional family, and we're going to go over it. Okay. And you're going to see your family in there. You're going to see you in there. And we'll cover the different types of roles in a dysfunctional family. Good morning, Amber. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I gotta say something real quick. I'll get right back to this. So we're doing this Hayworth House, right? Thing, right? And Amber, you're not in the group, or I would have gotten a message from you. He's a new guy. He's new, and he doesn't understand. But last night, I was gonna rip him a new one. He says, "Here's a brainstorm. Unfortunately, money makes the rules." No, that's it. So we are going to need big money backers, and there are people out there looking to put their investments in philanthropy projects to help people. We have to form it. See, no, no, that is the exact opposite of what we're doing. Okay, is that on him? No, not even close. I asked for people to brainstorm, but what I failed to do was put it in a box. Put it in a box. I think what he said, I love his enthusiasm. I think it's fucking awesome. At first, I wanted to punch him in the throat, but I had to think about it. I'm like, Dion, did you let him know what you were doing? No? You have no right to be upset. But it was cool. I'm bringing this up because my mind switched. Because yesterday was hard for everybody, it seemed like. My mind switched and it went, Dion, are you going to be a leader about this, or are you going to be a whiny bitch? Ah, tell him the selfie pics. You know this person, Amber. They were referred by Johnny Mack. You should probably figure that out. We can say no, never mind. Doesn't matter. The enthusiasm is great. They're in a sober living, which means, what I really need from this person is what has your experience been in sober living, so we can make sure we can avoid that. But I haven't asked the question directly, so therefore he doesn't know. He's just he's shouting from the rooftops, which is what? It's a really good sign. It's a great sign for him, actually. See how we can change. Okay. And why do I bring this stuff up? Because I want you to know that I get intrusive thoughts too. And it's okay to talk about. If you don't talk about, you know what you're going to get? More intrusive thoughts. All right. But let's get back to this. All right. I just wanted to bring that up because somebody was here and I'm working through it. Now it's going to be a much different. Hey, everybody, I obviously didn't explain. Yeah. I don't even know why you guys hang out with those fools, honestly. I'm no longer playing my old role in the alcoholic system. And so the entire family situation begins to change. Yeah, it isn't always the alcoholic. Oh, I know, Yeah. But we had to pick on someone, right? Um, so the entire situation begins to change. It isn't always the alcoholic that changes, that makes the change happen. A lot of times it's the codependent. It might even be the black sheep. What it will not be is the hero. I know you don't, but we don't need to talk about him anymore. Ironically, when I give up worrying about everyone else and focus on my own health, I give others the freedom to consider their own recovery. Today's reminder: one's person's recovery can have a powerful impact on the whole family. When I take care of myself, I may be doing more than I realize to help loved ones who suffer from this family disease. If one person gets well, the whole family situation improves living with sobriety. And yeah, I absolutely agree with this. Especially if it is, the alcoholic or the codependent, then the children have a much better chance at changing. And then and you guys will see these roles in a minute. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do some screen sharing. Screen share. Window. There it is. All right. I'm not going to be able to see chatting and stuff for a little bit because we're looking at this. Oh, edit your images. All right. What we have here is, and this is actually what I use. You can't read this. I'll do my best though. So what you have here in the middle is you have the victims. Okay. That is the alcoholic. See these two here having fun. Okay. On the outside, hostility. Let's do this. No, can't read it any better. All right. Hostility, slamming, manipulation, aggressive, self-pity, charming, rigid values, inside, shame, guilt, fear, pain, hurt. That is us right there. Okay. But before we were the victims, we were one of these other four. Okay. Now we're going to move to the chief enabler or the Al-Anon. This is what we would call an Al-Anon. Okay. Now, some of you guys, if you are a single child, if you're an only child, you may be two or three days. You may be two or three already. See, I was the scapegoat and the mascot at times, but I grew up with one brother, a sister, or two brothers and a sister, and we fit this exactly. Okay, the chief enabler, who was the man that raised me. Okay, this sucks. So, what I'm going to do. Dysfunctional family. Images. Give me 1 second. I apologize. You can't read it any better there. Come on, give me a different one. Give me a different one. I should prepare better for this. If not, I'm just going to use this. All it says is that. All right. I know this well enough. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Then we're going to, and then I already lost somebody. See, that's what happens when you don't do this, right? People are like, I have no patience and I don't want to. Darn it. So anyway, what we have is the enabler. Okay. And what the enabler does is, well, it says here, yeah, you can't read any of this shit. I can't read it. I can't read it. We're going to do this one different way. All right. Roles. All right. This is what we'll do. This works. This works for me. Okay. We're gonna get there, and thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Okay, so dysfunctional. What we're gonna do is we're going to go with the enabler next. Okay. The enabler of the family is the one that takes the problems and responsibilities of the problem parent. This role is typically seen in where families where, yeah, that doesn't help much. Okay, so their job essentially, like with my wife, what she did was she made sure that the excuses were there because I wasn't showing up. Okay. There's a lot put on the enabler. The enabler has to deal with every single person in the family, including the addict. Okay. The addict, they are the central figure whose behavior impacts all other family dynamics. Yes. All. The person with the substance use disorder, which I hate, the person with an alcohol problem is typically the center of the family dynamic, and their actions reverberate throughout the family. This is true, is it not? It's true, right? Isn't that kind of what we go through here? Okay, then back to here. Sorry, my grandson is upstairs yelling, and not in a bad way, but it's distracting. Okay, we kind of uncovered the enabler, but let's go back then. So, is a martyr of the family and often supports not only the dysfunctional behavior but also the prime forces of the codependent. Yeah, now you leave your dad alone. You know he goes through this and he goes through that. And da 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 da. All right. Let's get to the hero. The hero is usually the oldest person. It's usually the oldest member. I'm sorry, the oldest child. In this case, it would have been my older brother. And he was the hero. The hero exists to make everything appear peaceful and functional. They're often the eldest child, told you, and may feel pressure to succeed. My brother is very much like this. But what he will not do is share his feelings. He will not do it. Okay. He has a master's in clinical psychology. And he won't share his feelings. Okay. Hero can mask or make up for dysfunctional home life, over responsible and self sufficient. They're often a perfectionist or overachievers. The hero may resent the dependent or problem child, that'd be me, blaming them for the family's struggles. Yes, still happens today. This may even blame the caretaker for making this happen. This is exactly why my older brother will not talk. He won't say anything. He's just stuffing it and stuffing it and stuffing it. So the next one is the scapegoat. That's usually the second oldest child, and you're a scapegoat. Okay. The scapegoat within the family, the scapegoat is cast aside and blamed for problems. The scapegoat in the roles of a dysfunctional family, the scapegoat is often the youngest or middle child. I am the middle child, the one who is often most blamed. The scapegoat is the opposite of the hero role. Is he seen the problem of the family? The scapegoat is also referred to as the black sheep. Now, in my family, I was also the hero. Okay? I was the hero, the addict, the enabler, the scapegoat, and the mascot. You can be all of these, but my main one was scapegoat. That's my main one. Okay. Now, this is why when some people get sober and they go back and they're like, oh, we don't want any part of you. We don't want any part of you. And the scapegoat is most likely to become the next addict or alcoholic. Now, for me, my brother, he was the hero, but he was never home. He did not help me take care of my brother and sister. No, he did not. Okay. I did that. That's where the hero comes in. Then when my mom got sober, decided to take the kids back over, I got mad. I got mad. The lost child, that would be my sister. She is the third oldest. The lost child, problem child, withdraws from the family conflict or rebels or acts out. She did not rebel. She was very quiet, withdrawn. She is not that way anymore. Yay! Okay. She broke out of that. Okay. And she did that by going to some 12-step groups. Okay. The kids in my family that have healed are all in 12-step groups. That would be me and my sister. The lost child, this person's often quiet, withdrawn, and overlooked. They're always overlooked. This person will get less of everything in the house. Always. Okay. The other thing that used to piss me off was I never got new clothes. I always had to take clothes from my older brothers. That's how I got my clothes. That's one reason why I got mad. Because I'm like, I don't dress like them. They're fucking preppies and shit, and I'm not. No, I don't want to wear a button-up shirt. Where's my Iron Maiden shirt, right? So we have the lost child. And last not least, this would be my youngest brother. This person also has a very, very good chance of becoming an addict or an alcoholic and is usually the youngest. Mascot is common for the mascot to be the youngest person in the family. Told you. Okay. If you weren't here at the beginning, what I was saying is I'm going to start bringing some of my clinical stuff into this because I have a lot of clinical knowledge, including this. I knew all of this, but it's always nice to have this in front of me to help out. They will use humor as a coping mechanism to bury their own fears. In the family, mascot uses humor and goofiness. Okay, they usually get kicked out of class. They're very disruptive. And nowadays, we would call this person would probably be diagnosed with ADHD and given meds immediately. When really they don't have ADHD. What they have is what's going on is they're living with an alcoholic. And that's the real problem. You know, but what this does, it gives us an idea of where people land in the family, what your role is and was. Okay. Now, that is the role of the dysfunctional family. They don't have anything out there that says the roles of a functional family. Well, let's go find out. Let's go find out. The functional I don't know how to I don't know how to spell the functional family. It just leaves. Yeah, see, there's nothing. There's nothing. It just goes to a website for somebody that wants to sell you their master class. So absolutely, absolutely. And I'm wrapping up right now. That's all this really was this one. I'll have a better one later. So, but yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great day. And yeah, we'll talk to you a little bit later. Yeah, yeah. I love you. Peace out. And have a